Hello scale modelers from YouTube, and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to share with you my build of this 2014 Ford Mustang GT. The model kit is from Revell Germany, number 07061, in 1/25th scale, with the building difficult defined by Revell as skill level 3, for model kits with up to 100 parts. This is an ideal kit for beginners and people returning to the hobby, a precise and detailed, yet easy-built model kit. The body has a pre-mounted hood, and all body parts are pre-colored. Further painting or decoration of the body is not necessary, but if required, can be carried out according to the enclosed instructions. It contains a multi-part fully detailed engine, two-part chassis, detailed interior with authentic dashboard, metal axles for rotating wheels, and chromed wheel rims. The decal set is comprehensive, with optional international registration plates. The pictorial, multilingual manual sheet provides precise assembly instructions, and begins by giving an historical framework of 2014 Ford Mustang GT. It also includes the indication of the used symbols in the instructions, as well as the used colors to paint the model kit. There is a page with a summary of the parts and pieces of the model kit, and the building process is divided into 27 steps. The first 5 steps are to build the engine block. Instead of black, as indicated in the manual, I painted the valve covers blue, as I saw in some reference photos and videos. In step 6, I painted matte black, the chassis, and then dry brushed it with silver paint to highlight the details. The exhaust system was painted aluminum, and the other items, like the gas tank, transmission, and suspension components, were painted silver. For the initial interior assembly, steps 7 to 10, I started by the front seats. After glue the parts, I painted them red ruby, over black primer, to give some shadowing. The steering wheel and the dashboard were painted semi-gloss black, and in addition to the decals, I painted some details with Molotow chrome pen. The radio display was painted clear blue, over silver. The door panels were also painted semi-gloss black, with the speakers matte black, and the red areas painted with the same red ruby used in the seats. The interior tube was painted with semi-gloss black, with the rear seats red ruby. The floor was also painted red, but with a different red tone, to have some contrast with the seats. Then, for the interior completion, steps 11 and 12, I assembled all these interior components. To finalize the interior, I used black flocking on the back side of the interior tube, to give it a carpet look. And I think it turned out nicely. In steps 13 to 15, it is time to paint the engine bay, and to do the assembly of the radiator, and of the engine with the air filter components, into the chassis. And then, assemble also the engine bay support bar, the firewall, and the previously finished interior to the chassis. In order to give the chrome rims a more realistic look, I gave them a coat with matte varnish, and after dry, I black washed them with Tamiya panel line accent color black. The result is a kind of aluminum color, better than the toyish chrome of the original rims. This steps 16 to 18 are the final assembly of the chassis, by mounting the wheels, and adding them, together with the metal axles and the brake discs, into the chassis. I sanded the tires, to give them a used look, and painted the brake calipers carmine red, as they can be seen through the rims. Now comes to body preparation, starting by these steps 19 to 22. As I said at the beginning, this kit comes with all body parts pre-colored, but to give it a better look, it is necessary to paint some details. Therefore, I painted the body interior, and under the hood, flat black. The body has a pre-mounted hood, but I cut the pins of the hinges because the angle that the hood opens, is too small. So, now I take out the hood completely if I want. The steps 23 and 24 deal with the body external side. Here, some details have also to be painted. The front window and the rear windows have pre-painted black areas, but as indicated in the instructions manual, the small front grills, as well as the lower part of the side mirrors, must be painted black. Also, the exhaust tips must be painted silver with the interior flat black. Additionally, I painted black the front spoiler, the louvers on each side of the hood, as well as the trims around the windows of the doors, and I painted silver the trim around the taillights to give them a more personal touch. I also black washed the panel lines from the doors and from the gas tank cap. The blue strips are also pre-painted, but they are not painted till the front of the body, they finish on the front of the hood. The small area on top of the front grille does not have these blue strips. However, as shown on the box top image, these strips should go completely till front of the body. Therefore, I decided to paint and extend the strips to that small area on top of the front grille. And I think the overall look becomes better like this. This last step 25 shows where to place the decals on the body. I clear coated the body with gloss varnish to seal the decals. After dry, I assembled the clear parts, windows and front lights, and inserted the chassis into the body. So, I can call it finished. Let's see it, and I hope you like it. An attractively designed coupe that would appeal to a wide audience at an affordable price was presented to the public at the 1964 World Exhibition in New York. The Ford Mustang's appearance was explosive. Around 420,000 cars were sold in the first year. The Mustang wrote itself into the history books of the American automobile industry. 40 years later, the Mustang has once again been brought back to life. It is as if time has been wound back again. With its powerful retro design, the Mustang looks like it was then. The earlier basic concept, a lot of car for a little money, has been taken up once again. With its long bonnet, striking front spoiler, short tail, and coupe-style roof line, the new Mustang GT, now in the 5th generation, is oriented to the tradition of American muscle cars. Ford has been delivering a revised version of the 5th generation Mustang since 2010, onto which further revisions been implemented over successive years. For the 2014 model year, the car was given an even more aggressive appearance. The conspicuous grille, headlights with LED optics, a more pronounced bulge on the bonnet, and the 3-part taillights produce an even more dynamic appearance. Tradition is also continued in the interior, and as with its predecessors, the center of the 3-spoke steering wheel once again displays the Mustang trademark. Compared with earlier 5th generation models, the interior is of significantly higher quality. The improvements are positively noticeable on the seats and the seating position, and in terms of infotainment, this shapely new Ford creation offers the latest in technology. Thanks to power plant modifications, the 5-liter, 8-cylinder engine offers a haughty 420 brake horsepower, which brings a good-natured smile to the driver's face when he turns the key, and the rumble of the exhaust alone gives great pleasure. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all my subscribers. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below with any question or feedback. See you in the next video.